The Jim and Terry Show coming to you from the Hobbit Hole Studio in Botcajun. I'm one of your hosts, retired guy Terry. And with me is my good friend...
I happen to be Jim.
The Jim.
And we're going to start off Poet of Pefferlaw.
Jim of Pefferlaw.
Has anybody seen my scarf? I need my scarf.
I think he's getting ready because we're going to open up with some poetry from Jim. Stay tuned. Here we go.
In the light of the times, a number of issues come to mind. A wannabe king has arrived, riding in a beast of corruption and lies. He craves your worship and your praise, and for this he will pay. You bring him gifts and accolades, but when it all seems wrong. By his side, the sycophants, offering up encouragement, gaining access with their bribes, payola and ties. Moral compromise. Epitome of a demagogue in a narcissistic fog. Sorry, I'm dyslexic, folks.
You keep going.
So the epitome of a demagogue in a narcissistic fog, taking revenge as if God. But when it all seems wrong, then it goes in, we will pray, we will praise, and we will proclaim we have one king, everlasting Jesus.
Not two kings, the way Trump took the picture of the King Charles and himself and posted it to Truth Social and said, "Two kings" was his caption.
This guy's just ridiculous.
And yet Caroline Levitt comes out and blasts Jimmy Kimmel for talking smack talk about Melania. And
then Trump does it himself right in front of the king. Turns to Melania and kids about they're not going to be together because of his age.
So that's
all Jimmy Kimmel was doing.
Do we have a double standard?
The age thing, and it was a joke when he said she was all aglow with expectations of being a widow.
It makes perfect sense to me, but is it a double standard?
Well, you can't say anything against Trump. I mean, even in my song I just said there, wanting revenge as if a god, like he.
Doesn't it sound like somebody we all know, Orange Jesus dude?
Yeah.
So you've captured.
The song is about that Orange Jesus. It is.
You put the word sycophant in your lyric. That's pretty fascinating.
That's my new word.
That's your new word of the day.
Well, and since I first, because I always kept calling it sycophants because suck-ups, right?
Yeah,
because that's what sycophants is.
Yeah.
But you finally straightened me out with that. But since then on TV, I've heard the word used quite often.
So many times.
Sycophants. It's just a word that never registered with me.
Well, if there was a word that you said suck-ups, and that's a good equivalent, and butt kissers is another one. So anyone who's caught with compromising their own values and personal ethics for the sake of loyalty? Loyalty flows one way with Trump.
Well, the thing is, it was like that Pamela...
Bondi?
No, the one in the White House. Is that who it is?
Yeah, Pam Bondi?
Pam Bondi.
Or you mean the White House spiritual advisor?
Yeah.
Paula White.
It's like when she said, I cannot say that Donald Trump's wrong because it would be like saying God is wrong.
This was at the Easter message?
Yeah.
That is terrifying to me.
Well, the thing is, I said it before, if the United States, usually it's sort of a nation worshiping, like the flag's everywhere, not the cross, really. It's the flag everywhere. And the other thing is I really do believe that they view Trump as a god, not just the president of the United States, because they're compromising everything, including their faith. If I showed you, we talked about it at what I was eating, when I said there are 6 things God hates, 7 that are detestable to him. Line that up with the whole system that Trump is... So you read it, audience. Read it yourself. Look it up. You can find it. 6 things God hates, 7 he detests. Read them and just think of the people who are now in charge of the United States of America. I'm sorry, I can't see it not going anywhere but down.
Mm-hmm. Well, the demise of America doesn't mean the demise of the world. So no. I know a lot of Christians are looking forward to the end of the world as we know it, and looking forward to the apocalypse and the return of Jesus, the second coming. But it doesn't mean just because America is less democratic now and is returning to the days of slavery, pre-Martin Luther King Jr., pre-emancipation of slaves, just because they're rolling back the clock to a good time for white slave owners, doesn't mean America's, just they put them to the side. Sure, they're powerful now, but put them to the side. Can the world get along? And my reference point here is going to some things that are happening with Canada and Carney that show maybe the world has moved on past America.
Yeah, I think the arrogance of America is not able to take it. I've said I think if there's another nuclear bomb go off, it'll be set off by the United States. They may blame somebody else, but I think it'll be set off by the United States. It is one of my concerns. Again, going back to our previous show, all these top billionaires all having these elaborate shelters. So not just a bomb shelter, but a place to stay for many years to come.
For many people.
Indoor pools, the whole bit, filtering systems, everything. So I am concerned about that. I really am. And what can I say? Like, in my faith, there's many other reasons why I believe it's going to go the opposite way. But my concern is, as the United States slips, I'm wondering if the final solution will be the United States.
You know the word final solution is Hitler-type language.
Well, who admires Hitler? Even his wife said on a bedside he'd read nightly the memoir. Yeah,
Mein Kampf. Yeah, my struggle.
So when I look at all that, and then I think of the corruption, and then I think of the people that he's surrounding himself with, like let's say Hegseth, who's firing the best people they've ever had in military because they don't agree with him, who is not the best person they've ever had in military. He's just a suck-up to Trump. That's it. Who announces publicly, like his boss, Donald Trump, criminal, absolutely war crimes, just announcing them.
In advance.
And Hegseth saying, no, all those articles of war we're not going to live up to. And he just announced yesterday, no, we're not going to take survivors. No, we're not going to take prisoners. We're going to kill them all. So they have to fight to their death. You see, they can't surrender.
So Hegseth has already established that there will be no rules of engagement to impede the work of the U.S. military.
Because U.S. is God to them.
So country has become God. So national exceptionalism, American exceptionalism that we've all understood and sometimes we've even laughed at, that's now become elevated to idolatry. Patriotism is idolatry.
Well, I think it has. I mean, from an outsider, I'm sure Americans wouldn't say that. I don't think you'd find one who would say that. But, if I could put a warning out to our cousins, you worship your country. That's your God. Don't tell me you're worshiping Jesus, because he said, do not build up treasures. Don't be proud. Don't be haughty. Arrogance comes before the fall. Just think of everything that you are as a nation. And I love you. I have a vacation property down there. But you've become that person. The 7 bloody things that your God, creator, is appalled with, you have become.
Let's talk about something that's a little grounded and down to earth.
Oh, yeah, sir.
And that would be the fans singing "Oh Canada" in Buffalo for the Bills game. Not Buffalo Bills, the Sabres game.
What?
The microphone, something was glitching in the PA system, so the crowd took over and started singing.
In Buffalo?
In Buffalo.
Why did they do that?
Because the mic went dead on the singer. And so the fans just continued singing.
Oh, the
national
mic
anthem.
Went dead.
Yeah.
Why were they singing the Canadian anthem? They were both American.
Well, I don't know. There was a lot of Canadians there.
and I'm glad they sung, because that'll let them know how many people are in that stadium that have bought tickets that are Canadian.
That's what
who
I'm
are
thinking.
Renting rooms in Buffalo, who are spending a lot of money there supporting
Tourist
your
dollars.
team. So whoever the jerk was that pulled the plug, and I don't believe it was an accident, just think about that, you jerk. Just think of the money you're going to eventually lose by being so friggin' arrogant. Just think about it.
Let's take a look at a channel that I follow on YouTube. It's called Guard the Leaf, and he's been tracking the impact of individual Canadians. So this is not a provincial policy. This is not federal policy. This is Canadians deciding not to go to Las Vegas, not to go to the warmer climates during the winter, not to go to Florida. And the impact is billions, tens of billions of dollars. And I don't want to say that that translates into jobs, but it likely does. Places have to close because they don't have enough income to support keeping the place open.
Yeah.
So the will of the Canadian people is established by the dollars that we choose not to spend on American products on our shelves or on tourist destinations south of the 49th parallel.
Well, that's why I just said yesterday to someone when they said, "Why are you not going?" I said, basically, I'm protesting. You know,
Voting with your feet and your dollars.
well, yeah, and I have a dilemma because
Make it
though
quick.
I'm not going, I've invested several thousand.
No sense on crying over spilled dollars. The Jim and Terry Show signing off. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.
It's complicated, this relationship I have with my